To Have and to Heal is on Uchenna Bonabo TV. Now, the movie features Audrey Harrison, we have Mercy Isoyi, we also have uh, Maurice in this movie, as well as Dara. Now, this movie, how? It is about a very beautiful young couple who love each other so much. They have one daughter, they are living happily ever after, and the lady or the wife has been bragging about the marriage, the husband, to this best friend. So, and this best friend, her marriage, the husband work is not really flourishing like that. So jealousy entered, envy entered, and she contacted someone to come and scatter her best friend's marriage. Ooh, so yeah, the lady came in, scatter the marriage. She actually brought in juju, because without juju, the man could not cheat on the wife. So the wife realized that no, this thing is not normal. This thing is spiritual. So she decided to go the spiritual way to save her marriage and save her husband. So yeah, that's what this movie talks about. So let's start with Audrey. I'm actually starting with Audrey. She actually produced this movie. So yes, she produced this movie, but the movie is on Uchenna Bonabo's channel. So with Audrey, she played the devoted, sweet wife who did everything in her power to make sure that her husband comes back to her family, or the husband, returns back to them. Now, her character was a very interesting one, because when I was watching this movie, I was thinking of War Room. I don't know if you guys have watched the American movie called War Room. Practically, that is exactly what this movie is. I mean, you have to watch it to get what I'm trying to say. It's exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Maybe War Room was not spiritual because they didn't use juju on that man, but here, the seducer used juju on the man before she was able to get him. So Andre was very interesting. She was very sweet wife. She was very articulating, her lines, and that was interesting. You could hear what she was saying. You could relate to what she was saying. She was giving emotion, especially when the husband was cheating. The husband brought in the mistress in their matrimonial home. She was there. She refused to leave the house for this, mistress. That was, you could just feel her pain. She was annoying at the same time. And I mean, if you're a married person, you could also relate with her character. She was really, she held the character down. Maybe because she produced this movie, she was able to give her all. I don't know, but whoever the direct whoever the director was, the person was able to make sure that Andre delivered 100%. So yeah, Andre delivered her character. Her prayer session, she was praying, she was speaking in tongues, she was giving out scriptures. That whoever wrote the script, kudos, and Andre delivered 100%. Next character I want to talk about is Mercy Isoip. This woman was beautiful in her seducing acting. She was, I mean, that's to say, her makeup and her costume in this movie was really beautiful. I mean, she's already a beautiful woman, so having that perfect makeup on and the perfect costume just elevates her role to whatever she was supposed to do. I mean, she was acting as someone here to destroy a perfect marriage. And trust me when I say she delivered 100%. She actually totally nailed her character. I love it so much. Uh, she was just beautiful, and I love how she was able to free herself. In terms of having this chemistry with Moris. I was like, oh wow, I've seen Mercy and Moris act so many times. They were not that free. They were not giving us enough physical connection like that. here she was able to, free herself more and give herself more. And I really, really love how she was able to deliver her character here. So yeah, she did an amazing performance. For me, I like it. Next is Maurice. Maurice played this was it night? I mean, her loving husband, then a mumu man, because he was being controlled. He didn't know whether he was cheating, or he just knew that he didn't want to be in the marriage anymore. For him, I think the character was okay. I've seen Maurice act the same all the time, so until I see him act a role that is challenging and very different from Maurice Sam that we know. This was just the same performance in other movies where he's cheating on the wife without even using juju on him. It's the same thing, very acting mean to the wife or girlfriend. I didn't see any difference from what I've seen Maurice Sam act in other movies. So it's just an okay performance. Then let's talk about the little girl. She was okay as well. We saw her at least she was speaking. She wasn't acting mute in the movie. I think she was okay. Then the best friend who was betraying Audrey. I don't even understand how human being would just be. I'm not talking about the movie. Human being would just be, you know, jealous or very envious without. It wasn't as if her character was just as if she wanted what her best friend has for herself, basically. So at first I didn't believe that she was the one that was betraying her best friend. So that was a very good plot in this movie. You won't know that until they showed the part where she was confessing, where they showed us that she was the one that contacted Mercy. You wouldn't have guessed that she was actually the one who was the cause of all this problem in the marriage. So that was a good twist for me. I think I like that. And she was also good in her character, was able to hide it, articulating herself very well. That I like. The storyline is just a photocopy of War Room, but the characters were able to act it convincingly, and that was a plus in this movie. Cinematography, I'm not sure that I like what I see in terms of cinematography for this movie. I don't know, what is this, like, what the hell is this cinematography? The yellowish, the color grading is a little bit too much, and it's not crisp. I don't follow. I really do not follow this cinematography. I think YouTube editors are supposed to upgrade their editing skills. They need to look for content creators on TikTok or Instagram, or videographers, editors, on Instagram, and see how crisp their videos are. And this is just content creation. So imagine those editors lay their hands on this videos and produce and edit better movie. Like, you guys, I don't know if you guys can follow what I'm trying to say. Cinematography on YouTube is bad, like bad. Most of the time I'm really not a fan of their cinematography at all. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the cinematography and the movie. If you have watched it, rating it, I'll definitely give this movie a 6/10. The acting was just top notch for me. Storyline is a photocopy, but acting was really, really good for me. I think I like most of them in this movie. So 6 is a good grading. If you haven't seen it, do well to